Have you guys heard about the Ashley Tisdale mom group drama? It's been everywhere, and it got me thinking, mom groups kind of are drama. Like, I even remember my mom's mama drama she had growing up. Like, someone would always be posting something crazy on Nextdoor or Facebook, or they'd even send out mass email chains with like the most hysterical, nitpicky complaints that would just send the whole entire neighborhood into chaos. I miss the suburbs. These emails would seriously be like, "Hi mamas, I noticed some people still have their Christmas lights up. But newsflash, it's February, LOL. So let's celebrate our love for the community by making it not look like a casino around here, okay?" Thanks all. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I yearn for passive-aggressive suburban mom group drama. Ugh. My dream suburb is Beverlywood. If I could terrorize other suburban moms in the Beverlywood neighborhood of Los Angeles, I would be so happy. Let me terrorize other moms in the Beverlywood neighborhood. That's all I want. I could get the cutest little house. Welcome to Tyler's Kitchen, the world's first anti-cooking show where I talk about my interests, which include but are not limited to feminism, pop culture, history, and random shit I see on the internet with a few more jokes than is necessary and or appropriate. And today's recipe is from the Betty Crocker Party Calendar cookbook that I'm assuming is from pre-1955. And I am using their Mother's Day dessert recommendation. It says, "A treat for her, easy on the family." And I figure if an incompetent 1952 husband can make this recipe, so can I. Thank you, Betty Crocker. Okay, so what even is the Ashley Tisdale mom group drama? So basically, Ashley Tisdale wrote a piece for the magazine publication, which I love, The Cut, where she talked about getting kicked out of her mommy friendship group. And surprisingly, the article went viral and people immediately speculated that she was talking about her celebrity mom friend group, which included Hilary Duff, Meghan Trainor, and Mandy Moore. Immediately, I was like, did Dan Schneider cast this friend group? And then I was like, not Sharpay Evans bopping to the bottom of the friend group. So in the article, Ashley describes being slowly booted out of the group. Like, she'd find out that they all hung out without her on Instagram. She talked about getting excluded from a dinner that they planned at her own child's birthday party. And then I guess she called them out in the group chat and she was like, "This is too high school for me." And then one mom sent apology flowers. So then Ashley responded back and was like, "Thank you." And then the mom never responded back to that. It's like Ashley's playing Sharpay Evans and the other moms are playing Regina George. Like, you're out of your depths, mama. Also, did you guys notice I got a haircut? And I've been trying to learn how to style my short hair. I literally went in for a haircut. I learned my lesson to not try and cut my hair myself, but I went in and I was like, you know, I want layers, cut off all the dead hair, and my hair dyes so fast that the dead hair was like up to here. And I said, what you gotta do, I guess. So this article blows up faster than Donald Trump's diaper in a press briefing, and it basically opens up the floodgates for speculation and opinions. And her team's like, we weren't talking about the Disney Powerpuff celebrity mom group, it's somebody else. But at the same time, Hilary Duff's husband claps back on the article. So Hilary Duff's husband claps back at Ashley Tisdale, saying, "The most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth." I think this is hilarious. Personally, this is what my dreams are made of. This celebrity beef is like exactly what I want to be talking about right now. Are you kidding me? This is so Real Housewives for the husbands to start getting in on the cat fight. I love it. And then of course, Meghan Trainor got involved. This is kind of like the same as when people go, "Oh no, Jamila Jamil defended you on Twitter." Wait, also, can you guys tell me why people don't like Jamila Jamil? I thought she was cool. What's the deal there? But anyway, Meghan Trainor gets in on this on TikTok, of course, and she makes a video reacting to the drama but claiming her innocence. It's like one of those stupid trends where she's like, what? There's drama? You know? But now the tea is that Ashley Tisdale is hanging out with Hilary Duff's estranged sister, Haley. So to most of us, we're like, oh, okay, so you're kind of lying and this is the beef, right? Okay, but blah, 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 friend group drama, mom drama, Ashley Tisdale of it all. Today, I want to talk about the unhinged mom groups of the real world. Because to me, this is where the real good drama comes from. It's like, yeah, Ashley Ashley Tisdale might be a closeted Trump supporter who got banned from Hillary Duff's friend group, but let's talk about the true nitty-gritty crimes of the real housewives of the real world, okay? So I don't know if you guys do it, but the modern mom group drama exists not only within communities, it exists online too. So we get to watch the fallout of it, and it is absolutely delicious. I have procured for you some of my favorite, most unhinged, most delightful mama dramas I could find on the internet. So the first fight I found is a post that says, does anybody else giggle when you're sitting in a place like a little clinic and look at your kids and they're unvaccinated and nobody knows? But when the ER found out my kids weren't vaccinated, they all went and put masks on. I think it's comical. Like, haha, look at my kids spreading diseases and you don't even know. I'm so childish. Huh? Girl, they're putting on the mask to protect your child. What do you mean? You think they're worried about getting sick from your kid? Yes, but they've gone from room to room to room in the emergency room all day long. They're worried about getting your child sick. Do you know what the grossest place to be is? An emergency room. Are you serious right now? Being an anti-vaxxer in 2026 is like being a Nikki stan in 2026. Anti-vaxxers worried about making their kids dumb like they haven't already conspired to put the two dumbest people together to make kids. Girl, your genetics have already fucked them up more than a measles vaccine ever could. The news is so bad right now that if there were like a full-on bubonic plague outbreak, I would be like, I guess it's a slow news day. You know what? At least Ashley Tisdale's mom group was vaccinated. At least they weren't committing biological warfare. You know that's what this is. Basically, if you're not vaccinating your kids, you're like unleashing biological warfare on everybody else's kids. That's what's crazy about this. Okay, so this is making like a dough consistency, and I'm realizing that it's kind of stupid to be mixing this with like a whisk because it's getting caught inside of the whisk. I don't like whisking, it's annoying. Ooh, that could be a good Facebook mom shirt. Whisking? I thought you said whiskey. Also, rip Nikki. I'm so sad about that because I have to be honest, guys, I was in fact a stan. I was a stan for a long time. I love the Pink Print album, got me through some of the darkest parts of my life, sophomore year of high school. Yeah, but I guess whatever. We can't have anything nice now, can we? Let's get into another one of these. This post is actually unbelievable. Get this. I'm a Gen X and I have a huge problem with how I am left carrying the weight for millennials. I wonder what this is. Could it be the economy? Could it be the care of the elderly? Let's see. For example, I'm 42 and my daughter is 22. She decided a while ago she does not want any kids. She's actually getting a procedure for sterilization next year. But those souls needing to come into our family for ancestral or karmic reasons still need to be born. So I'm stuck birthing and raising two babies who should have been born to her but can't because she's too selfish to have kids. What? We joke how my 1.5-year-old girl, her sibling, oh my gosh, she has a 20-year age gap with her sister. That's so awkward. Is actually hers, but she didn't want to have it. But deep down, it's not a joke. If she wasn't so selfish, I wouldn't have a toddler daughter right now. Wait, are you saying you wanted your daughter to start popping out babies before she was 20? Like you were coveting a teen pregnancy? Is this a thing? In other parts of the country, are there, well, I mean, I grew up Mormon, so I kind of know about this, but like, are they gunning for teen pregnancies in the South? Is that like a thing? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm assuming it's the South. I'm like thinking this is like, well, is it Bible Belt? Because I don't know if the Bible Belt people believe in karma. There's some sort of confusing spiritual language happening here. I don't know, this is reading as either that or a woman who just got a little too into Elon Musk. I can't believe she's blaming her daughter for getting pregnant. Like, nobody's asking you to do this, just use your butt. And might I just add, parents will do this whole charade of like, we want you to have kids. And I think it's like a tale as old as time that the second you have them, they're like, oh, we're not watching them. We did our time. And it's like, well, what the hell? Actually, you know what? My parents have the reverse. My mom's still terrified of me having a teen pregnancy. I'm 23. My mom says she's too hot to be a grandma right now. And you know what? Once again, my mom's vanity saves me. I guess I have friends that are having 23-year-old teen pregnancies and it freaks me out. Like seeing how differently my friends in Utah are living from me is like mind-boggling because like my Saturday morning usually consists consists of waking up at noon and then laying in bed for another hour. Then sometimes I might walk around the beach or go to Pilates, and then it's time to go out again. Their Saturday morning, they're like, yeah, I went to Lowe's, I got stuff to work on the house, I did a dance class, then my husband and I started working on our yard. We're actually trying for a baby right now. And then I think we went to dinner at 5 and we were home by 6, and then we started watching Traders. I'm like, what? They don't even watch Traders, actually. They usually watch like a football movie, I think. It's shocking. These people are ready to have children. They have a townhouse. I don't even have a city apartment. They have a town home. It's just crazy to think of the fact that like my friends are having 23-year-old teen pregnancies, and it's starting to freak me out a bit. So this isn't combining, and it's probably because I'm kind of being lazy. Does this not call for eggs? Maybe this is like a Great Depression recipe and they figured out how to make it without eggs. But like, what ingredients even are in here? This is like just flour and like oil, not even butter. This is a weird one. Cause you know, because of the Great Depression and then wartime rations, a lot of old recipes are very sparing with eggs and oil because those things were hard to come by. So I'm wondering if this is like a depression recipe. Okay, so this isn't really combining. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Usually eggs are the binder in recipes, so I'm just confused about this. Let's check out another one of these posts. This mama says, I need some suggestions. My 16-year-old son is a pain in every nerve I have. Super moody, angry, lazy, sneaky, defiant, knows everything, etc. I know, typical teenager. But I was a teenage girl once, and I never remember being this bad with my mom. Okay, that's hilarious. He refuses to use the oils I give him, the soaps I provide, even the supplements I suggest he use. Is this a joke? He tells me he prefers the chemical-laden store-bought stuff and wants none of these oil things. Okay, this is continuously going in the r/that never happened. I sneak oils into his food, spray his room when not looking, put them on his clean laundry, even rub oils on myself before I touch him to get oils on him. Girl, why are you so obsessed with oiling up your son? Stop it. I need help with what oils I should use. Apparently I'm not using the right ones. Do the same oils that help with female hormones help with teenage boys? What would you suggest? Thanks. The oil people, that shit's gotta be going to your brain. Every person who I know that has been involved with the oil MLM, the doTERRA, the Young Living essential oils, they have brain damage permanently. There's gonna be a class action in 50 years from now that these oils were rotting your brain because everybody involved, crazy. I love that this girl's mad that her teenage son doesn't wanna walk around smelling like frankincense. You know what MLM moms be like, recently I stole my son's identity to make a doTERRA account so I could move up in my upline. And he seems to be upset about that. Mamas, what would you do? Smooth up by kneading about 10 times with additional flour. Oh. With the dough on wax paper, press out with hands or roll between wax papers, half cut thickness desired, and baked shortcakes. Okay, so I think I need to just put these in little like biscuit shapes, like circles, like little thin circles, which I can do. I think I could probably just roll these out into balls and then flatten. That seems like a better strategy for this. Like I think if I go like this and pat it down, this will be like really great. That looks great, honestly. I think this is gonna go well. And I only need to bake these for 10 minutes. So this is a great recipe if you're making Mother's Day dinner for your wife and kids. Now we're just gonna throw these in the oven at 475 degrees for 10 minutes. Now what we need to do is we need to take strawberries and cut them up to go on top of the strawberry shortcake. Okay, let's check this one out. This says, my son turns 5 at the end of this year, so I have to enroll him in school. The school has just told me I can't come and breastfeed him at recess and lunch. I don't know what to do. I feel like they're discriminating against me. You know a Facebook post is gonna be heat when it looks like this. There's always a girl from my high school posting some shit like this, but it always says, my baby daddy Jaden with an AI, he ain't do shit for his son. Damn, sometimes I miss high school. Like I could just watch people getting in a full World Star hair pulling fight while I'm trying to take an AP US history pop quiz. I feel like I need more of that in my day-to-day. Like I wish every time I was writing, I could just like watch people get in a fight, you know? I don't think I would be on my phone as much if I had the stimulation of a public high school. People were doing dance-offs like constantly in the hallway. Like that was awesome. My high school got infested by bats one year. It was awesome. Can you think of anything more fun than that? My life does not have as much whimsy anymore. Oh, also in my lifetime, we were in constant threat of the school getting on lockdown because of killer clowns. That is so fun. Are you kidding me? And high school wasn't even good for me. I was like a nerd, but like I miss that. Okay, this one's probably my favorite post. I am livid. Blank, yes, she posts this person's name, has been babysitting for me for 7 months now. $100 a week. The hours are easy, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., like a regular job. What is that, like $2.50 an hour? Like a regular job? I don't know what regular job is paying you $2.50 an hour, ma'am. The kids are basically angels. They sleep most of the day anyway. Nobody whose kids are nice has ever called them basically angels. That's like the #1 red flag to me. By you saying that, I can immediately deduct that your kids are a problem. Immediately. I got a text from her saying she's applying for Walmart and that she can't afford to work for me anymore. She's not paying me anything. I'm paying her. What do you mean afford? Have fun working longer hours for less pay, you ungrateful bitch. And now, I'm stuck without childcare. All the daycares in my area are super expensive. Well, I'm gonna go with yeah, they may be more than $2.50 an hour, ma'am. Every time I have posted an ad on a local buy and sell, people have left really mean comments. I'm getting desperate. I can't believe she'd put me in this spot. This is risking my livelihood. I thought she was my friend. Girl, how much are you making at your job? This is diabolical. Okay, this lady is insane because your kids to you are worth $2.50 an hour. Like, you're entrusting this person with the safety of your children at the rate of $2.50 an hour. That's your children's safety is worth $2.50 an hour. Like, honestly, your kids would be better off if you just got a well-trained Saint Bernard like the parents from Peter Pan. But the best part of this post is the comments section. Somebody calls out that she is only paying $2.50 an hour. They say she will be making more at Walmart, by the way. That's just the truth. And so this woman responds with the taxes she'll have to say, this was all under the table, easy money. Now she'll have to have a real grown-up job, and I bet she'll learn to regret it. She should feel ashamed leaving me high and dry. What are you gonna do with $100 a week? You can't pay rent? Like, who can live off of $100 a week, even outside of rent? That's like how much I spend on gas. Somebody tags the babysitter in the comments and says, girl, is this true? Then the poster says, I blocked her. She won't be able to see this. I don't need her in my life anymore. But then the babysitter comes in the comments and says, ha, no, you dumb bitch. You did not block me. I can see everything you wrote. I will make way more money working less hours at Walmart without your whiny kids that scream half the day. Plus the job benefits. Taxes won't drive my earnings down to $2.50 an hour. Your math is wrong. I tried to work for you as long as I could, but when I saw your new Lexus, your new Lexus, I asked for a raise and you said you couldn't afford it. I saw right through you. You're using me for cheap labor because I was a friend. I refused to not be valued. My labor was worth and I deserved to not struggle financially. I worked a good long 9 months for you. Yes, 9, not 7, because 2 of those months were unpaid. But I refuse to continue this cycle. You are rude and entitled. Your kids deserve better. Hi, baddies. Are you struggling with acne? If so, I want to take a second to tell you about Della Pella, the doctor-formulated skincare brand designed to heal your skin from the inside out. Unlike topical treatments that are just addressing surface-level symptoms, Della Pella uses a blend of science-backed ingredients to target all the things that might be causing your breakouts. Because Della Pella is something that I've closely helped develop, it's important for me to make sure that you guys are taken care of, because I know how frustrating it is to buy 100 new products and feel like they don't work.
And then you're just like in this hole of wasted money for these products that you thought were gonna change your life.
If you try Della Pella and it does not work within the 90-day guarantee, you can have your money back, no questions asked. That is something that was always very important to me. So if you are ready to get a little more comfortable in your own skin, it's time to check out dellapella.health. That's dellapella.health for skin you can feel proud of. Wow. Bye. See, this is magical. I love this drama. I love this. See, this is the mom group drama. Ashley Tisdale, snooze. Real mom group drama, I'm all ears. I'm all ears and eyes, baby. Wow, they're overcooked and they've only been in the oven for like 2 seconds. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So interesting. And they're stuck to the bottom of the pan, but it said to not oil the pan, so I'm a little confused. Do y'all see these? This looks like a KFC biscuits and McDonald's biscuits are some of my favorite foods. These look like that. Kind of delish. Split each shortcake in half. Okay, well these definitely look splittable. This looks delish, except for that it's kind of stuck to the bottom of the pan. Ow, oh no, they're splitting for me. I love biscuits. That's delicious. Okay, I didn't know that biscuits were so easy to make. I'm in danger because now I'm gonna make these all the time. Because I love McDonald's breakfast for the biscuits, but I never wake up in time for McDonald's breakfast. Okay, so you just take this and you put the strawberry compote on half, and you're supposed to do whipped cream, but I didn't see that until just now. I'm always complaining about how much Cool Whip I have, and this is the one day I don't have it. Look at this though. Wow, okay, 1950s recipe. How cute. Look at this. That's adorable. And if you wanted to put like whipped cream on there, you totally could. Wow, these biscuits are so fun. Look at this. Also, babysitter drama is another niche funny thing, because I remember in high school, I was getting paid like $5 an hour to babysit, what, 3 kids? So you best believe those kids were going to sleep by 6:30 p.m. sharp. I was logging into the family's Netflix account. I was streaming episode after episode of Glee. I spent most of the evening digging through their pantry looking for fruit snacks, and that's what you get. You get what you pay for. And you know, when you start for a family, you have a little bit of shame. You're like hiding the fruit snack wrappers under paper towels so they don't know how many fruit snacks you just ate. But after a while, you go, you. I ate all your fruit snacks. Deal with it. Guys, but it gets better because I found out there's college mom group drama. Basically, there was a whole post where these ladies are fighting about the appropriate amount of time for your child to visit home. The first post says, how often do you expect your kiddo to come home for a weekend if they only live 20 minutes away? Is it unreasonable to want them to come home every other weekend? 1 weekend a month? I know each kid is different, but I think 1 weekend a month sounds reasonable. Then again, I also think sending 500 texts a day is personally reasonable. Okay, 500 texts a day. I did know people whose parents were total helicopters, even in college. Like their parents would be all the way in Miami, and I went to college in Utah, and their parents would be blowing up their phone. It was like, girl, it was usually the only child. That's why you have other kids, so you can equally not give a fuck about any of them. This commenter says, I pretty much ask my son to come home once a month. He's 1.5 hours away. I won't do that forever, but we need help around the house. There are swim meets to go to for his sister and birthdays to celebrate. He's a sophomore. Last year he came home every 2 to 3 weeks, and this year about once every 4 or 5 or so. And next year probably once during the semester. We're doing it gradually, not because he needs that, but because I do. Honestly, good for her for owning that though. And then here's this tagline that I love. People can judge me all they want, but this is what I'm doing for my family. I love that these posts all sound like how women in the Are We Dating the Same Guys post about their 2-week situationship. Like these moms are talking about their sons. Like,
how often is it normal to text your situationship? Hi, I, female, 33, have been on 1 date with male, 27. I have texted him 4 times since our last date and he hasn't responded. Should I text him 1 more time just to be sure?
That's what these moms sound like. Also, I love those groups. If you're not in those groups, a treatise. Delicious. And so one mom finally tunes in with a little bit of common sense. My advice, speaking from experience, let him be. He'll come home when he wants to, not when he feels pressured to. Oh wait, but now it takes a turn. She says, I made the mistake of being too needy and it pushed him away. This was my now 28-year-old. And then somebody says, I'm very needy. I know this. I try my hardest to back off a bit. But then this is where it really starts getting chaotic. A mom tunes in and says, 20 minutes away. They come home every day. Mine commuted. They save a small fortune. They keep their part-time jobs and maybe add a second part-time job. They enjoy everything campus has to offer. They just sleep at home, save money, still get the college experience. Mine got huge merit awards that covered most of the tuition, so no way they would have wanted me to shell out $15K more to live on a campus that they can easily drive to in 15 or 20 minutes down to a beautiful tree-lined road that is not remote but suburban, with several Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts on the way. Somebody said, I did that, then I went away to college. You do not get the college experience sleeping at home.
My kid is actually getting an incredible experience on campus, paid internships, great classes, great clubs, great sports, lots of very successful grad.
But yes, mine doesn't attend frat parties. Nor does she have to share a public bathroom or worry about crazy roommates. Crazy roommates whose main focus is having a boyfriend sleep over. But I digress, and yes, I've had kids live on campus before. Ivy League that insisted and got a private room even before becoming an RA, and another kid at Topps in-state public university that was forced to live in as triple, but luckily the room accommodated a triple. She always took the top bunk for privacy, especially after the first weekend of the semester when her 18-year-old roommate had a 16-year-old boyfriend sleep over. Yes, in the same bed. And yes, they're supposed to get consent from the roommate, but lots of luck with that. Then somebody says, gotcha. Please spare me your humble bragging. I still think most of what you're saying is untrue. I'm not embarrassed to state my kids' successes. Oh Oh my God. This is like a never-ending fight about on-campus versus off-campus living that just started with a mom wanting to know how much she can, I don't know, stalk her son. Also, my 2 cents on commuter students, I did that. I would not recommend that to anybody in the world. Every day I thought to myself, I think the debt would be worth it. Even in hindsight, I think, you know what, if I had just a little bit of debt, I think mentally I would be better off today with a little bit of debt, having done a normal college experience. That's my 2 cents. There's another post where a woman describes sending her son $6 for having a clean room because he needed $6 to, I don't know, buy a new vape cart. And he FaceTimes her to show the clean room and she cries tears of joy. She's so happy to hear from him. Seek your husband. What is your husband doing to you? Okay. This has been way too much fun. This has been way too much fun, way too much yapping on my end. I just love this stuff. I love inconsequential small town drama. It's my passion in life. But it makes me wonder, why is there like so much mama drama? And what I've deduced is that the main issue here is that, one, there's a lot of pressure on women to be like perfect mothers, perfect wives. And there's a lot of pressure to be right about everything. There's so many books with differing opinions. There's so much societal pressure to be perfect. And I think, unfortunately, when you're looking at other women, it's hard to not get caught up in comparison and competition because of all this pressure on you. And then I think another part of it is these women are being put in groups and being palled together based on their one commonality being that they are moms. Like, honestly, that's like putting me in a group of women in my area who also enjoy spending 10 hours a day on their phone. What else would I have in common with them besides spending 10 hours a day on my phone? Maybe I would get along with them. I'd be like, I low-curcularly cannot right now. And they'd be like, oh my God, I saw that meme. And I'd be like, yeah, I love the internet. And they'd be like, me too. That's how a lot of my conversations go anyway, I'm realizing. But I don't know, is there dad group drama? Maybe I'm being the issue. Maybe I'm participating in misogyny. Maybe there's dad group drama. I wanna know. And also tell me about your small town mama drama, because I will be in the comments eating it up. I'll pop some popcorn and enjoy. And let's try this strawberry shortcake Mother's Day feast. Look at that. So this is incredibly dry, but I think if you did a better job with the topping than I did, it could be delicious. Like if you made the strawberries more of like a compote and then also did whipped cream and let it soak, this would be fabulous. Thank you, Betty Crocker party calendar. I'm adding this to the cookbook for sure. So guys, that's today's video. If you liked it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you extra liked it, give it a share on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, what have you. I love seeing you on all those platforms and commenting and resharing your stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.